Hey, high levelers, Rio Daniel back here. And in this video, what I want to do is talk about high level and actually building your own blog. Now, this isn't really a really super hot topic because some people really don't blog, but I just want to let you know that depending upon the niche of the customer that you have, that blogging is available, built in natively into the high level site. And it does have several things regarding search engine optimization, your featured images, AI creation, all that kind of stuff is built into the blog engine with inside of high level. So anyway, I just want to sit back and create a quick video to let you guys know of this thing because I know not a lot of people probably utilize it. And it's just one of those things I want to bring to your attention because again, it's here, it's in high level, and that if people did want to create a blog or if you people do want to do this, how easy it is to set up a blog and where do you find some of these common easy components? Where do you do search engine optimization and all this other kinds of good stuff and so forth? So let's hop into it and take a look at it. Awesome. So here we go. I'm actually inside one of my favorite demo accounts, Global Agency. And this is a sort of a fake demo account where you have a digital marketing agency. That's not really important, but this is the demo account that I'm going to be utilizing. So here inside of the sites area, which is where we're going to be able to find blogs, I just want to help you understand the structure of blogs and how it works and how they get connected to existing sites. Because unlike what you normally would have inside of high level, a blog is a separate, I would call it an object, a separate object from a website inside of high level. Now, a blog pretty much needs to be connected, or I would just say bolted on to a domain inside of high level. It's not its own domain, for instance. It actually gets tied on or connected directly into a different kind of domain. Like you can have it at the root domain if you want to, but how do you do all that? So let's just take a quick look. Now, right now, I'm going to go ahead and get into blogs and go through some of the basic components that we have here. Right here from the basic dashboard, this is some things that I want to go over. Notice we have total number of blog posts. Published blog sites that we have here, 0. Visitors this week, 0. So all of these things are kept track of. Notice that we've got one site here that is live, and I'm not sure why this isn't published right here, but we'll take a look at it here in just a minute. We have this little settings icon, and then good, create a blog right here. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and click on this little button. Now inside of this, what we're going to see a little bit later on here, inside of creating blog articles, we're going to have to connect a blog with a certain author of who wrote the particular blog article, because you can have different people write different blog articles to post on your blog. It doesn't always have to be you. And you can have categories inside of here, like how do you want to categorize it? This is informational, this is financial, this is architectural, this is accounting. You can have different categories to categorize your blog posts. That way people can possibly click, filter, and look at different categories that you have. This right here is the high level. This is where you put in all the categories if you want to. You can load them all here. And again, you do have the RSS capability if you understand the remote syndication feature. So that's all there. Inside of the blog feature, again, if you want to create a blog, you would create one blog, and then that blog site would then have blog articles underneath it. The blog site would either be tied, number one, to a root domain, or would be tied to an existing domain / URL. For instance, we're going to take a look at Global Agency /blog. That's how I have this one configured and designed. So really, you can do it however you want to. The blog can, again, be the root of the domain, or it can actually sit back and actually be a sub URL inside of the existing domain that you have. Now that we've kind of seen this, once we actually create a blog, if you go back here and just click create, which we're not going to go through all this, we can give the blog a title. We can come here and select, these are all the different domains that I have configured inside of this account. I can pick any domain here I want. And let's just say I can click this Global Agency. Now, if I wanted to, I could just leave this right here as the root if I wanted to, but that's not going to work because I already have this domain configured on a website and that would create a conflict and high level is not going to let you do that. So right now I could add a blog slug. And that just means when you say slug, it just literally means like the URL. So I could just type in like blog, but notice when it does this, it's going to come back and say, what? Blog is not unique. Please choose a new slug, meaning I already have another site, that other site that we saw configured using the blog, but I can come here and just type in blog 1 if I want. So that's a unique blog and you can sit back and utilize that if you want to. So you can have, again, multiple blog sites connected to multiple domains inside of this, all having different articles on it. Just your imagination is the limit here. But right now, rather than creating all of this, I'm just going to simply go back and look at the existing one that we already have. So this one's already configured. And if we come over here, I'm just going to take a look here inside of here. This is where you can take a look at all the settings. You can preview it, but if I take a look at the settings, this just takes us right back to Global blog. That's like the overall name. And here's the slug and so forth. And you can put in a blog description, meta description. Then if you wanted to, you could put in a fave icon, that little icon that shows up on the tab. You've got header tracking code, body tracking code. If you want to have Google Analytics on here, this is where you'd put your Google Analytics and things like that. And then if you wanted to, you can even have your chat widget. So I'm not going to really get into the chat widget. This is really just about blogs and the components of blogs and how it typically works from a high level, how you can have articles. Again, we're going to hop into that right now. So here, notice we have 3 articles, and I just want to bring something to your attention. Notice over here to the right where we have status, we've got status, one's in draft, one's published, and the other one's in draft. Notice that this one doesn't have a category. This one is labeled internet marketing. So is this one. And all of these have the last updated dates. And all you have to do to sit back and edit. First of all, you can just create a new post right here. And we're going to go through that in just a minute. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that now. Let's just go ahead and if we look at some of these buttons up here before we get into the blog articles, and we'll finish with that. But right now, you can adjust how the blog site looks on the physical page. And it really just utilizes the same type of interface as the funnel or the website builder. So if you're already familiar with that, then you'll be familiar with blogs. But let's just take a look at the existing blog the way it stands right now. Not pretty exciting, right? This is just one article that I actually have already listed. I kind of created it. It's not great. But again, if you come here and you click on it, this in turn takes you to the blog offer. Just like if you were to click on a blog, it would then take you to the blog post. Here's the thing, super duper offer, and it has all the different posts on there. And then you can click back and so forth. But this is the page. I know, not very exciting, very plain Jane. But if you wanted to make this look better, look more exciting and do some cool stuff with it, then here you'd come in here and you would click on edit blog site. When you get edit blog site, notice it comes up here and pulls up the funnel builder designer. Now, when it does this, keep in mind, because you're dealing with the blog, you can look at adding some other sections on here, but there are certain type of elements that are really configured for blogs on here. And I'm going to show you what those are. So if you take a look at this, notice if you wanted to, you can sit back and drag a headline. If you want to do this, and you can just put in Digiblog. I'm just going to leave that in there. So here you've got all the other elements that you could drag in and make it cool and things like that. But there are some specific elements for your site where you can pull in blog articles. Now, I'm going to pull this up right here. Notice that we have category navigation. Again, remember we talked about categories. It's a way of filtering and allowing you to do that. If you wanted to, I'm just going to put this up in here and maybe drop this below the headline for this. And let me come here to this again. Notice that we have social share. So if we want to have all our social icons on here, but then we also have a featured post. So if you wanted people to have access to that, I'm just going to drag this out here so you can see what it looks like here. And then finally, just the featured post. So if you did have something right here, you can create your featured post here and have that available as well. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and just save this real quick. Just again, this is just really high level for me creating this. Once I save it, notice that I could save it, but I haven't published it yet. So if I come here and refresh it, this page, I'm still going to see the existing page until I publish it. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. HighLevel updated that quite a while ago where you can still work on a page, you can still save it inside of the builder, but until you publish it, it doesn't go live to the site. So this is a way you can work on a site, work on a page, work on your blog, get it to where you want to, save all the changes. And then when you're ready to deploy it, then you come here and click on the publish button. The publish button now takes the saved changes and pushes it out to the actual site. And I'm hoping this doesn't make me look like an idiot here, that if you do this, you should refresh it and get all of the different categories that you see here. So these are the different categories that you have. Here's all your social media buttons and things like that. And then there's no featured post selected here. So those are just some of the things I want to show you just about how you would end up building a page. Now, I'm not going to make this about building a big page because quite honestly, I'm not the best at being creative and making stuff look all nice and shiny. I'm not the best at that. I'm more of a functional guy that can sit back and get it working. And then somebody else comes along and makes it all, polishes it up and makes it look all shiny. But here's basically the designer, which is really just what I wanted to show you. It's very similar, very easy. All the components over here to the right, you've got all your other posts that you've got. And if you wanted to, you could just select this drop-down list right here. I'm going to show you. This right here is allow you to select whatever featured posts you want from the posts that are already published. Again, until they're published, they're not available locally. They're not available. So here I'm going to go back, but that's how you would edit the blog site and make it look different, make it look cool, things like that. Now here, if you click on this and notice that we've got new post, this right here just has, once you put in the title, you do have to pick a cover image. And when you do this, it just pulls up the media library. So you can put in whatever something that you want here. Any of these things will end up working. You have to put in an alt text and a description. Once you do that, then allows you to create the post. Once you do that, you get something that looks like this. So this is something that I got, and this is the blog design. So here's where you can sit back and do all the design work. You can copy and paste from other things like Google Docs. You can pull that stuff and copy and paste in here, format it, do all your kind of cool stuff that you normally would do. Here, I can't really say I'm crazy about this, but because I really think they could probably do a better, HighLevel can do a better deal with the designer here. But here's where all the other buttons are. Now, one of them is this one right here, the Content AI button. So if you're not familiar with Content AI, if you want to have HighLevel create an image for you, if you want to have it create text messaging and things like that, literally create your blog for you, you can have Content AI generate 1, 2, 3 different versions and all that other stuff. And I have a whole other video on Content AI. I don't want to dive deep into that and get distracted. I'm just trying to show you the components of the blog and how all this stuff put together and how you can build it. But I do have something regarding another blog article that goes into Content AI specifically of how you would do that. I'm going to show you another article that I used when I created Content AI and just how I did all that. But this is what the designer is and so forth. So you come here, you design it, and I'm going to go back to kind of show you what this other one, this HighLevel software. This is one that I built. Now this one I did actually use and built with the AI. Now I had the image created with AI, had it create like an adorable little puppy that had a sign up of Highlevel t-shirt on. And this is one of the ones it generated. And then I sat back and said, okay, just give me the top 10 features of Highlevel and why you should use it. And it came up with this. So if I come here and take a look at this, go to Content AI. So right now, if I take a look here, I think I can, yeah, if I'm just wondering, I could pull up the one I had before. Let me see if I can. So image, I'm not exactly sure where that is, but anyway, I had this created with AI and had all of this other stuff. So this whole blog article was completely created with that AI image tool and then the AI content tool to create this whole blog article if you needed to. Now here you can come in if you wanted to and do all the formatting, again, make it bold and put links in there and all that other kinds of stuff to do affiliate marketing and things like that. But what I want to do is kind of show you then the next screen. So this right here is just the designer. This is how you build it. If you go ahead and click on continue and next, this is where you put in all the information. So here's where you put in your title. So if you're very familiar, again, I want to focus a little bit on the search engine optimization tool. So notice that if you see view blog post SEO details, get into that. But here, the URL slug is one of the ways that you can actually benefit from using search engine optimization. So the URL slug really should include something that one of the keywords or primary keywords that you want this blog to be recognized as. So right now I just have Highlevel software in here. So again, it has the ability to put a canonical link in here, but here's where you put in your categories. Again, choose any of the categories you want, add any of the keywords that you want for the SEO. Here's where you sit back and choose your author, and you have to choose an author. So I'm going to choose me. Notice that you don't have to put in keywords if you don't want to. So if you're not focusing on doing search engine optimization, you just want to post a blog for people that are out there for them to be able to see it, then this is a good way to do it. So right now, if you want to click on this right here, again, is some of the other, again, search engine optimization. So your post description, this is where you would want to use something like, honestly, I use ChatGPT to go through and say, hey, here are the keywords that I'm looking to focus on. Please generate a post description that has the keywords in it. And again, you only have so much for this, so much description and so forth, but definitely put in all the keywords that you want here. I'm going to sit back and publish this and notice that it has a published date. If I wanted to, I could schedule it publish. So here's a nice one. If you actually want to start posting stuff and posting content and scheduling it for the future, you could do that here as well for this. So we're going to go ahead and just click this and click publish. Now, when we do that, this article now becomes published as well. If we were to come back here and do a refresh, this page would automatically be updated with now the new blog article for the Highlevel software. Notice that it has the Highlevel logo, all that other kind of stuff in it. If I wanted to, I can come back here to the blog designer. Here's where, again, this featured post, this has really been wanting to have for a while here for Highlevel, because people wanted to have a featured post that really gets noticed more than others. So here, if you take a look at the basic blog list, blog posts, they're all in order that you can have. But right now, some people really wanted to have a featured article that really is standard that you put above, that is like one of the primary articles that you want people to go through, look at, and read primarily. So here, I'm going to go through and just select my Highlevel software offer. I'm going to save this. Now, when I say that, notice over here, one of the other things we're talking about search engine optimization I want to bring up. There's search engine optimization at the article level. That's one of the ones that we already had from that article level. And then when you can actually post that blog onto the Google Search Console. Now, I'm not going to make this about Google Search Console because these are some other tools that you can utilize with regards to search engine optimization. But if you want to get your site indexed, you have to go to your Google Search Console, and you can create it. It's a free tool from Google. Use your Gmail account that you use to sign in with your Google Analytics account, but put that in there and actually add this particular site to the inspected URLs inside of Google Search Console. So you basically are telling Google, go out and index this site so that now Google is aware of it. And now I can sit back and index it and possibly start looking and ranking on the search engine optimization. So that needs to be done as well. Here, you can have the SEO preview. You've got your content. This right here is where you put in your content title for search engine optimization, keyword specific. You would have your description. This one, again, is a little bit longer. You can put in here, copy and paste. Title is under 7 characters. I think it says 155 characters in the description. You can have keywords. And again, this is at the page level. Okay. So again, other one is at the article level that we just saw, the article level SEO keywords. This is at the page level of what you want to rank at for the page. Okay. Here's the author. If you want to have a social image, pull up your social image that you want to have on there. All of the stuff here can be done at the page level for the blog. So you do have that option as well. And I'm going to go ahead and just click publish. So I'm publishing, and what I'm doing is I'm making this a Highlevel software article, the one that we just got right here, our featured article. So now it should show up in 2 places here. So here, notice that it's nice and big, and this gives full attention. Notice how this one, it's truncated at the top. So the images are a little bit smaller. These are the blog posts normally, and you already have these little nice options for previous and next. So the pagination is what they call it, is already configured. So whenever it gets to be long enough, you can sit back and have the page If you have more blog articles, you can click to the next page. But regardless, this is your featured article that you have right here. This is your one that you want everybody to go to. So this is just how you would get it configured. Again, just wanted to show you how you would do that. So we got the edit blog, the new post feature. We've shown you how to set up your blog articles. Here's all the different articles that you actually have in here. So really, this right here is, again, it's not that difficult to sit back and create a blog, but it does take time. It takes time. You can have blog articles write blogs for you, copy and paste them in here, but this is what you do. And then what you do is once you get the page looking right, all you would do is come in here and go to your settings, attach this blog to whatever domain you want, or root domain, or put it under a slug, whichever one you want. But this is how you would end up building a world-class blog attached to Highlevel, and you can offer this to your clients if they want to. So I hope you learned something. I just want to bring this to you to kind of show you some of the new cool things that are in here, the designer, the different things that you can do to show you what's capable. So go out, deploy this to your client, charge them more. If they want to implement it, let them implement it. I hope you liked the video. If you did, click on the like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed. And my little plug, if you have not signed up for Highlevel, if you're looking to get signed up, I would always appreciate it if you support me. As always, click on the 30-day free trial link. You can sign up for Highlevel using my link. As well, there's an upgrade link there if you want to upgrade to Agency Pro. All of those support me, helping bring you great content like the one you have right here. Guys, thanks so much for watching here, being with me, and have a great day. Bye-bye.